صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Respected elders and friends, mothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah, we have gathered in the masjid. Tonight's the ninth of Muharram al-Haram. And inshallah, we are coming to the end of this series of talks, inshallah. And before we continue, there's a small child, Muhammad Adam. He wants to recite a short naat, inshallah. And thereafter, Hafiz Mahmood, inshallah, he will also recite Al Kalam, inshallah. So, Muhammad Adam Pasta. His name is Muhammad Adam Pasta. Bismillah.
Ya Rasulullah, wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. बुला लो फिर मुझे शायद
बहरो बे मदीने में
बुला लो फिर मुझे शायद बहरो पर मदीने में फिर रोता हुआ तेरे दर पर मदीने में
सुभान अल्लाह
ना दौलत दे ना शोहरत दे मुझे बस ये सआदत दे तेरे कदमों पे मर जाऊं मैं रो कर
मदीने में बोलो फिर मुझे महरो बे मदीने में
बुला लो फिर मुझे शायद बहरोबर
मदीने में माशाअल्लाह माशाअल्लाह Inshallah, Hafiz Mahmood, inshallah, to render one kalam, inshallah, Hafiz Mahmood.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ پڑھیے میرے ساتھ، صلی اللہ علیہ یا رسول اللہ وسلم علیک یا حبیب اللہ۔ کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں، علاقہ رسول کا کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں، علاقہ رسول کا باغ ارم سے بڑھ کر، باغ ارم سے بڑھ کر ہے طیبہ رسول کا، کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں، علاقہ رسول کا جنت سے لاجواب ہے حجرہ رسول کا، ارے جنت سے لاجواب ہے حجرہ رسول کا، یہ چاند ہو بہو ہے، یہ چاند ہو بہو ہے تلوار رسول کا، کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں، علاقہ رسول کا۔ کافر تو یہ سمجھتے ہیں کہ اسلام کو بٹھانا آسان ہے، کبھی قرآن مجید کو جلا کر کے سمجھتے ہیں کہ ہم نے مٹا دیا، کبھی پہلے آقا کریم کی مخالفت میں فلمیں بنا کر وغیرہ وغیرہ۔ شاعر نے بڑا نقشہ کھینچا ہے، کوئی مٹا سکے گا کیا اسلام کا چمن، کوئی مٹا سکے گا کیا اسلام کا چمن، ارے آباد کر گیا ہے، آباد کر گیا ہے نواسا رسول کا، کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں، علاقہ رسول کا، بو جہل دیکھ کر بھی کلمہ نہ پڑھ سکا، قسمت میں نہ تھا، بو جہل دیکھ کر بھی کلمہ نہ پڑھ سکا، کنکر نے بھی پڑھا ہے، کنکر نے بھی پڑھا ہے کلمہ رسول کا کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں علاقہ رسول کا. اور کل خواجہ کی بات چلی تھی، مولانا رفیق صاحب نے بڑے پیارے انداز میں کہی، لیکن دوسرا پہلو بھی خواجہ کا دیکھیے کہ خواجہ نے ایسا ڈنکا بجایا رسول کا. خواجہ نے ایسا ڈنکا بجایا رسول کا. ارے لگوایا پنڈتوں سے لگوایا پنڈتوں سے بنارا رسول کا. کیسا ہے پوچھتے ہو کیوں علاقہ رسول کا. جزاک اللہ خیر.
MashaAllah. This was Hafiz Mehboob with a beautiful rendition. First time I hear him in our masjid. MashaAllah, he's very, very well. MashaAllah. For this age, کی عمر اتنا ہے اور اتنا پیاری آواز ہے اس کا. MashaAllah. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. Respected elders, brothers, friends, mothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. ان چند راتوں میں ہم نے اردو کا جو سپیچ ہم نے سنا اور پھر ہم نے ترجمہ بھی کیا. First night was English, and then for the balance of the nights we had Urdu, then we were doing translation. Inshallah tonight obviously we're going to speak in English. لیکن جو اردو بولنے والے میں انشاءاللہ بہت ایکسپینسو انگلش نہیں بتاؤں گا. انشاءاللہ ویری سلو I will go, and انشاءاللہ جہاں ممکن ہے انشاءاللہ ایک دو الفاظ میں اردو میں بات کر لوں گا انشاءاللہ. تو where do we start? Where do we start with our discussion, seeing that tonight is the 9th night of Muharram? And I think Hafiz Mahmood Sahab, انہوں نے کچھ چیز, he put something in my heart, and that is taking me to the Khwaja, the Khwajagani Chisht. He mentioned about Khwaja Sahib, and I thought, inshallah, we will start from there. Hazrat Khwaja Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar alayhi rahmah. We celebrated his Urs on the 5th of Muharram. آپ لوگ بھی موجود تھا. You were also present, and we celebrated the Urs of Hazrat Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar. ایک دن حضرت بابا فرید صاحب نے خواجہ نظام الدین کو بلایا. خواجہ نظام الدین, as you know, he is very powerful, great wali of Allah تبارک و تعالی. تو بابا فرید الدین گنج شکر علیہ الرحمہ, he asked his murid, he asked his student کہ اے نظام الدین, کیا آپ محب بننا, do you want to become a محب, or do you want to become محبوب? I'm speaking slowly because people who don't understand English, will understand my message. It's important to understand the message. Baba Fariduddin asked his murid Nizamuddin, do you want to become a muhib or do you want to become mahbub? Do you want to become muhib? Muhib means a lover, or do you want to become a beloved? So वो तो अल्लाह का वली थे ना. He was a wali of Allah. He says, "Oh my murshid, oh my spiritual mentor, that if you give me ijazat, give me permission, can I go and ask my mother? Can I go and ask my mother? No matter what state of spirituality you reach or you have achieved or whatever, the awliya Allah, unka jo legacy jo hai na, they taught us to keep contact with our parents, to give respect to your mother and father. So Nizamuddin said, can I go and ask my mother? So Baba Farid said, go ask your mother. Go ask your mother and come back. And I'll wait for you for the answer. कि क्या आप मुहिब बनना या महबूब बना? So he went, and not like today, if you want to go see your mother, Durban example, you get into the flight, 2 hours you're there. Go, she makes food for you, eat food, ask questions, get on the plane, back. They had to travel. They had to travel many, many days. And Khwaja Nizamuddin, he traveled for a few days, and he was going to the house of his mother. And not very far from the house of his mother, he sees in the middle of the road, रास्ता में, उन्होंने एक फकीर को देखा. He sees one fakir of Allah, one dervish. And that dervish, that fakir of Allah, looked at Khwaja Nizamuddin Awliya. And he told him, oh son, you have traveled so far away. You have traveled so far away to come to your mother, to ask your mother that should I be a muhib or should I be a mahbub? Khwaja Nizamuddin got shocked. Ek fakir hai? How does he know me? How does he know that I left the khanqa of my murshid to go to my mother? So he asked him, what is your answer? He said, no. You go to your mother, ask her, and then tomorrow you will see me here, and then I will also give you the answer. But go to your mother first. See the faqirs of Allah. See the awliya Allah, how they direct you still to the parents. So Khwaja Nizamuddin went to his mother. She was very happy. She embraced him. She cooked food for him. She was very excited to see her son. And then the son decided to tell the mother, I came from my Piro Murshid, Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar. And he asked me, oh Nizamuddin, you want to become a muhib, a lover, or you want to become mahbub, a beloved? And I told my mother, let me go ask my mother. And I told him, let me go ask my mother. Lekin Amir Jan, when I was coming on the road, I saw this fakir of Allah. And he told me everything from the time I left Baba Farid's Khanqa to here. How does he know me? Who is he? He knows the question I'm going to ask you. Who is he? So Khwaja Nizamuddin's awliya's mother thought that this is not ordinary person. He says, Nizamuddin, that person seemed to be a very lucky person, very Allah wala. Go tomorrow morning and go and ask him, Rana. Go and ask him. So, with his mother's permission, the next day Khwaja Nizamuddin Awliya Allah, he goes to that position. वही जो रास्ता उन्होंने फकीर को मिला, उसी रास्ते में we went there, and at that position he went there, he doesn't see the fakir. He doesn't see the wali of Allah, he doesn't see the fakir of Allah. So he asked some people, do you know of some fakirs who was sitting here yesterday? He said, वो तो fourth हो गया कल. He passed away. Huh? He passed away. So where is his grave? Where is his bazaar? So that people said he was one fakir, man. He was like this and he was like this. Go stay in the dump. Go and see his body is there. They took his body and threw it there. So Nizamuddin Awliya Allah, he went, cleared the mess, cleared all the rubbish, and he saw the body of this fakir lying down there. And Nizamuddin Awliya started to talk. उन्होंने शुरू किया. He said, "O fakir of Allah, yesterday when I came through to see my mother, you stopped me. And you told me everything, what I was coming to, what my murshid said. And you told me that I must meet you here. And here you are passed on, you passed away. What should I do? I need to go back to my murshid." And when Khaja Nizamuddin Awliya said these words, the fakir of Allah, he woke up. He woke up and he looked at Nizamuddin and he said, "Hey Nizamuddin, muhib na banao, mahboob banao." Request not to become a muhib of Allah, a lover of Allah. Request to become a beloved of Allah. Because when you become a muhib of Allah, then this is your situation. This is what you do, or this is what they do to you when you want to be a lover. But when you are a beloved of Allah, everything becomes yours. So my brothers and friends, respected elders, this is the life of the awliya Allah, how they became so great personalities just by du'as, just by the glance and this thing of a friend of Allah, just by being in the company of those beloveds of Allah, they become mahbub ilahi. Khwaja Nizamuddin, he was mahbub ilahi. And the great personalities, we find that when we speak about Sayyidina Imam Hussain radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then we come to that discussion and we come to that understanding that Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says about Sayyidina Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain, that these two sons, they were categorically called sons to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, though they were the grandsons, that they were so beloved to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that they were so beloved to Bibi Fatima az-Zahra, that they were so beloved to Sayyidina Ali. Sayyidina Ali says, Al-Hasanu ashbahu bi Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ma bayna sadri ila ra'si, wal Hussein ashbahu bi Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ma kana asfala min zalik. That they represented, that they were the detail in the physical appearance as well as the inward appearance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That Sayyidina Ali say that Imam Hassan, he resembled the hamshakal of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from the chest area until the head. Who represented, who looked exactly in physicality? Sayyidina Imam Hassan. And Sayyidina Ali says, Wal Hussein. And Imam Hussein represented at the exact physical appearance, hamshakal of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from the chest area until the feet of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So both Imam Hassan and both Imam Hussein, they what's called Mazhare Kamale Mustafa, Mazhare Kamale Mustafa, wa Mazhare Jamale Mustafa. In other words, in English, what we say, the manifestation of the beauty of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in them, wa Mazhare Kamale Mustafa, and the manifestation of the excellencies and the qualities in the person and personalities of Sayyidina Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain. So now that we understand that they represented and they were an embodiment of Mazhar Kamale Mustafa and Mazhar Jamale Mustafa, Rasulullah said, Innal Hasana wal Husayna huma rayhanaya min ad-dunya, that Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein are my two flowers from this dunya. And what do you know about flowers, gentlemen? Flowers are those which are beautiful. Flowers are those which gives fragrance. So the Prophet ﷺ says that these are my two beautiful, fragrant flowers from this dunya. And like how the beauty, like how the excellencies of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had been gone onto these two personalities, the concept of Shahadat also went onto these two personalities. In that, Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he is the manifestation of what is known as Shahadat Sirri, and Sayyidina Imam Hussein had experienced what is known as Shahadat Jahri. In other words, Shahadat Sirri is a secret type of Shahadat, and Shahadat Jahri is the announced or publicized way of martyrdom. So somebody asked me, what is the difference between both? When we talk about Shahadat Jahri, it means a Muslim in defense of Islam against the enemy of Islam, to protect the rights of Islam, goes out and fights against an enemy of Islam. The person can go under lots of difficulties like loss of food, loss of lives, fruit. They don't have water, and facing the enemies, they are made shaheed in a battlefield. This type of shahadat is called shahadat jahri, or the announced shahadat. And then the shahadat is sirri. There are many types of shahadat sirri, which is a secretive or the concealed shahadat. Example, a person is given poison to drink. Somebody gives you a cup of tea, and inside the tea they put poison. You drink that tea, and as a result, when you drink the tea, that zahar or the poison that is there kills you, you earn or you come to that shahadat sirri, you experience shahadat. Or somebody went on top of the masjid, Sultan Bahu Masjid, to go and fix the roof, example. He went to fix the roof up. And while he was fixing the roof, the person mistakenly, accidentally fell from the roof. Chat par gir gaya. And when he fell from the roof, he passed away. This categorically, according to the fuqaha, is called a type of shahadat. The person passes in this manner, it is shahadat. Or किसी बंदा ने दरिया में, some person was swimming in the darya, in the river, in the lake, in the sea, and the ocean or the tide or the current swept the person into the sea, and this person, because he could not swim, the person drowned. This type of shahadat is known as shahadat sirri. Or like we had COVID, many people experience COVID. When a plague, when a sickness, when a disease overtakes that person, and that person passes away as a result, like cancer, example. Today, cancer is killing a lot of our Muslims. Cancer is not something you can control. Cancer is such a sickness, such a sickness that it takes over the person passes away like this. This type of maut and this type of sickness, when a person dies in this state, is called shahadat sirri. Or a plague, a disease, overcomes our community, and many people die because of a plague, like how we had COVID. And you people know that in 2020, how many people died because of the COVID. And this type of maut is called shahada. And a person who is a student of Islam, he's traveling, and on the way he meets an accident and he passes away while he was going to acquire dini knowledge. Such type of shahadat is called shahadat sirri. So in this way, Sayyidina Imam Hassan was poisoned. We all know the history. We don't want to go into the history. But Sayyidina Imam Hassan, he was poisoned. So he attained the maqam and the martaba of Shahadat al-Sirri, and Sayyidina Imam Hussein goes into the battlefield defending Islam against the enemies of Islam, protecting his Nana Jan's deen. This Shahadat that he experienced is called Shahadat Jahri, or the announced, publicized Shahadat. Having understood this, my brothers and friends, now we come to something which is very important. Some people are of the opinion that there are many shaheeds in Islam. Of course, Sahaba Ikram, so many of them became shaheed. Hazrat Amir Hamza, the uncle of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he became shaheed. And we all know, if our history serves us well, कि Hazrat Amir Hamza, his body was so mutilated in the Uhud, that Hinda, she took the liver of Sayyidina Amir Hamza and she was chewing it. She took the ears, she took parts of the body and she made a necklace. His body was very mutilated, but he earned the martaba of Shaheed. And people are asking the question that why Sayyidina Imam Hussein, that we have these mahfil and we commemorate it. It's because of one simple reason. That Sayyidina Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu is the grandson and is connected to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Amir Hamza is also connected to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Amir Hamza is the uncle of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the shahadat of Sayyidina Imam Hussein is such a shahadat that it is indirectly and in essence, in nature, the shahadat of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And why do I say this? Somebody may ask, why do you say this? That indirectly is actually the shahadat of Sayyidina Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because Sarkar do Alam Salam said, Ke Husainu minni wa ana min Hussein. That Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein. Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein. And that is the reason why we have given so much of discussion as far as when it comes to the shahadat of Sayyidina Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So, did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mention anything about the shahadat? Many ahadiths, but just for the benefit for this tonight's program. Hazrat Fadl binti Haris radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says that once I took Imam Hussein, he was such a small little child, and I carried Imam Hussein, and I took Imam Hussein and I placed him on the lap of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when I placed him on the gourd Mubarak of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when I placed him on the lap of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, अचानक मैंने क्या देखा that after a few minutes, Huzur alayhi salatu wasalam, she says that from his eyes, the tears started to come out from Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He started to tear. So then I asked, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the meaning of this? And she says, Ke Ummi Fadl, that is the auntie of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, Oh Ummi Fadl, Atani Jibreel, the Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam just came to me now. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam mujhko khabar sunaya कि या Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that this son of yours, pointing towards Imam Hussein, that he will be made shaheed in the battlefield of Karbala. And Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam handed me some sand, yani surkh mitti, reddish sand. And Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu, this is the same sand that I have handed you, that zameen, that land, that place where this son will be made shaheed at, Ya Rasulullah. And because Jibreel alayhi salam said this, I started to tear, and tears was coming out of my eye. Hazrat Ummi Salma radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says that one day the grandsons were playing in front of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, she relates this, that Rasul sallallahu says that Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam comes to Hazrat Ummi Salma and he says, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that verily your ummah, they will be responsible for killing this son, pointing towards Imam Hussein, because Imam Hassan was also there. Imam Hassan and Hussein were playing in front of the Prophet ﷺ. So Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam pointed to Sayyidina Imam Hussein that verily your ummah, they will be responsible for killing this son of yours. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave and he presented some sand to Sayyidina Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Huzur alayhi salatu wasallam, he smelled the sand. What did he do? He smelled the sand. Huzur alayhi salatu wasallam said that it has the smell of karb and bala. Karb and bala. That is the reason why today people ask, what is this Karbala? Why is it called Karbala? We understand it from this narration. Okay, Huzur alayhi salatu wasalam, he smelled that sand and he said that in this sand it has the smell of karb, pain, suffering, difficulty, bala. The Prophet ﷺ is saying that this has the smell of the karb and bala. And he told Ummi Salama that take the sand and keep it, O Ummi Salama. And when this sand changes to blood, then know that my Hussein has been made shaheed at that place where Sayyidina Jibreel has informed me. Hazrat Sayyidina Ali karramallahu wajhu, last riwayat regarding this. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was returning from the battle of Siffin. And when Sayyidina Ali was returning from that particular battle, they came to a place which was not far from the banks of the Euphrates. And Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, after he had offered some namaz, some salah, he turned around to some of the companions and he told the companions that this particular place is a very azim place, is a very honored place. For in there is going to be a jamaat and a group of people that will be from my family, and they will be made shaheed, they will be martyred at this particular point. So what we learn here? We learned here that the family of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam knew about the shahadat of Sayyidina Imam Hussein. What we know here, that Bibi Fatima Zahra or Sayyidina Ali knew of the shahadat that's going to happen to Sayyidina Imam Hussein. And what we also know from here, that Sahaba Kiram, they also knew the shahadat of Sayyidina Imam Hussein was going to take place. The question is that if they knew, if Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam knew, of course he knew because he's the Nabi of Allah. Allah gave him the knowledge to know. Then why didn't Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam pick up his hand and make dua ki, Ya Allah, ye to mera nawasa hai. This is my grandson. Ya Allah, why don't you reverse the process? Why must he go? Why didn't Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam make the dua? My brothers and friends, a lot of people are asking the question. Why didn't the Prophet ﷺ make dua, or any of the Ahl Bayt Rasul ﷺ make dua? Why didn't Bibi Fatima, she make dua? Why didn't Sayyidina Ali make dua to Allah? That do not allow our Hussein to go under suffering, do not allow our children to go under such difficulties. Why? Because, my brothers and friends, shahadat is not a curse or a punishment, but shahadat is a bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Ahl Bayt and Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they were happy. They were happy with the rida of Allah. They were happy with whatever Allah has brought forward for the children of Sayyidina Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They were contented and satisfied that this is but the will of Allah, and this is an azmaish, and this is an imtihan for my family. Therefore the Prophet did not make dua. Having said that, respected elders and friends, we find, like Moulana Muhammad Rafiq had mentioned last night, about the character of Yazid. About the character of Yazid. And who is the father of Yazid? Everybody knows? Is Hazrat Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala. He is a very great Sahabi Rasul. He is a very great Sahabi Rasul. Hazrat Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah is that personality who must be loved and who must be respected as a Sahabi Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah is that personality who was called Khatib. He was a Khatib Wahi. He was one of the Sahaba Ikram that were chosen to write the revelations. He was a scribe. He used to write the revelations of the Quran amongst other Sahaba Ikram. Hazrat Amir Muawiyah is that person who Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala had chosen that he must become the governor of Damascus during the Khilafat of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq. Hazrat Amir Muawiyah is that Sahabi Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam that when he became closer to his passing on, to his demise, then do you people know that it was Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala that requested his family that the Mubarak Bal of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that in my coffin put the Mubarak Bal of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He had the sacred and the blessed Nakhun Sharif of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. the sacred nails of the Prophet ﷺ, and he told his family that when I pass away, I want you to put in my coffin the Bal Mubarak and the Nakhun Sharif of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We are talking about that Amir Muawiyah. We are talking about that Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala, that some people, unfortunately in this day and age, have said something is wrong regarding his personality, and we just have to remain silent with regard to the Sahaba Ikram, because he's a Sahabi Rasul. Huzur alayhi salatu wasalam said, Man sabba a Sahabi, he who swears a Sahabi. He who swears a Sahabi, what is the punishment? And Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah is a Sahabi. He who swears a Sahabi, the curse of Allah, Allah's Rasul, wan nasi ajmain, and all the people is on such a person. If there were differences of opinion between Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah and Sayyidina Ali, that was due to the political situation in the Islamic governance with regards to Sayyidina Ismail Ghani, and Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah is from the Umayyah, and Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala, when he became Khalifa, he wanted to stabilize and bring peace amongst the people because there was chaos in the Islamic state, in the Islamic empire. Whereas Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah and his people wanted to bring the murderers to justice immediately. And this is where the problem had started, and differences of opinion between Sayyidina Ali and Hazrat Amir Muawiyah. We don't want to go too much into the history of that, but you need to know and you need to understand. One of the greatest, and I want to make mention of this tonight, because we can't understand Karbala, we can't understand the Shahadat of Imam Hussein if we don't understand this. We have youngsters today, we have people today that will post on the social media that all this, what Yazid had done to the family of Rasul Sallallahu Ma'azallah, thumma Ma'azallah, is due to the fact that why did Amir Muawiyah gave the Khilafat to his son Yazid? It is a very big accusation that why did Amir Muawiyah chose his son to be successor, number one. Why did Amir Muawiyah did not allow the people to choose who should be the successor? That's number two. And number three, that why did Hazrat Amir Muawiyah, knowing that his son was an immoral being, Yazid, why he still gave him the permission to lead the Muslim empire? So these are the three statements which people have made without any courtesy of seeking the scholars or the fuqaha and those people who make translation of the Hadith Mubarakah. My brothers and friends, when Siddiq Akbar radiallahu ta'ala was towards his dying time, deathbed, Hazrat Siddiq Akbar chose Sayyidina Umar, and he said that Umar must be the next Khalifa. Anybody has the right while they are living, who is a Khalifa, has the right to choose whomsoever he wishes to choose to be a Khalifa or a successor of his seat. If the person passes on and a Khalifa has not been chosen, then the responsibility of choosing a Khalifa is amongst the people. But the Khalifa, he has the right that if he wants to choose his son to be the Khalifa or next in charge, no way in the Quran and Sunnah it says that he has not that right. He can do it as he please. If somebody wants to choose his son to be the Khalifa, that's his right and that's his opinion. And that's why we find in the Sufiya Kiram, amongst the Sufiya Kiram, even up till today, you will find that the father gives the Sajjad al-Nasheen or the rights of administration or the Khilafat immediately to the one who is closest to him, and that is his son who is fit to carry on the duties of Khilafat. Number two, what we understand that people are making this allegation that how could Amir Muawiyah choose Yazid to be the Khalifa when he was a Fasiq Fajr? Allah save us from even thinking like this. My brothers and friends, when in Rajab 60 Hijri, before Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah had passed on from this world, Yazid did not have any element of immorality or fisq or sinful acts in his person and personality. That's the reason why Amir Muawiyah had thought that he would be the rightful person for successorship. In fact, he called him by his deathbed. Some of us don't even know about this. Amir Muawiyah called Yazid and told him, "Oh my son, that remember, I served 20 years, 20 saal mene governor of Damascus and the entire Sham. I was governor. I am now giving over or handing over the Khilafat to you as given by Imam Hassan to me. But the right of Khilafat belongs to the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." How many of us actually knew this? That Amir Muawiyah told his son that the right of Khilafat actually belongs to the Ahl Bayt. Oh Yazid, he says at his deathbed, that when you govern, please go and consult with Imam Hussein in making decisions of the Islamic State. Oh my son Yazid, that you will not eat and drink. You will not eat and drink if you know that Hussein and his family have not eaten and drank. My son, you must respect and you must honor the family of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if Hazrat Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala had given these important words to his son Yazid, and when Yazid had closed his eyes, he passed away in Rajab, like I say, in 60 Hijri. As soon as the throne was taken over by Yazid, only after his father passed away and he assumed the Khilafatship did Yazid go off track. He became, like Moulana Rafiq said last night, gambler, jua khelte the. He became a drunkard. He started to drink alcohol, nasha peete the. He became a womanizer, zina karte the. He started to have races and bet on monkeys. Monkeys used to run and have competitions in front of him. He used to do all sorts of wrong things. Namaz unhone chhod diya. Only after he assumed the Khilafat of getting the seat of power, he abused the seat of power. And when these things became apparent, if Moulana Aslam is going down to the road there and drinking alcohol, for example, I'm just giving an example, you think the Musallis won't see, "Hey Moulana, you're drinking beer," and then they're coming and leading the Salah? Of course, the word will go around, "Hey, this Moulana is drinking beer, how can we read namaz behind him?" So the same way, when Yazid started to do all the immoral acts and sinful acts, the word started to spread amongst the people, which we say the Shi'ani Ali, the lovers and followers of Sayyidina Ali. It became apparent that said that Yazid, he is not suitable, he is not capable of being the Khalifa and the ruler of the Muslims, and this is the reason that the people of Kufa, they wrote approximately, according to historians, 12,000 letters. How many? 12,000 khutut unhone likha. They wrote 12,000 letters to Sayyidina Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that we do not take him as the rightful guided Khalifa because of this, because of that, because of this, because of this. And Ya Imam Hussein, you are the representation of your grandfather and you deserve to be the rightful guided Khalifa of the Muslim empire. So therefore we await for you and we want to take bay'ah, oath of allegiance at your hands. And what do they do in some of the letters? To that extent, they say, Imam Hussein, if you do not come to us, if you do not come to us and to our help, and to help us, then on the day of Qiyamah, we are going to stand up and we are going to complain to your Nana Jan that we wrote letters to the grandson, that we called him to Kufa. We told him that we cannot accept Yazid, and he did not come. We are going to complain. So, Sayyidina Imam Hussein Majburan, he was forced and it was a matter of saving the deen of his Nana Jan. But on the same time, when Yazid became the Khalifa, Yazid's first thing that he wanted to do, that Hazrat Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Zubair, that Hazrat Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar, and Imam Hussein, he told the governors, I want these three people immediately in Kufa because I want them to take the oath of allegiance at my hands. They must take the oath of allegiance in my hands. And we know Sayyidina Imam Hussein totally refused. How can the grandson, how can Imam Hussein take his park, sacred, blessed hand and put it into the hand of Yazid? What would have that meant? My brothers and friends, it would have meant that if the grandson of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is accepting the kirdar and the bay'ah of Yazid, in other words, the whole ummah of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, up till the day of Qiyamah, they came and they will and they got permission to take their hand and put it on the hand of a Fasik Fajr because we got the certificate from Imam Hussein. So Imam Hussein saved this deen. Imam Hussein is the deen, and up till the day of Qiyamah, that is the legacy that Imam Hussein has given us. Respected elders and friends, this discussion can go on, but because of time, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us understanding of these few words that we have shared in the light of Quran and Sunnah, in the maqam of Ahlul Bayt, in the understanding of who Amir Muawiyah is, in the understanding of Yazid's character, in the understanding of Shahadat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us this tawfiq to understand it, inshallah. Tomorrow we are going to celebrate Laylatul Ashura. Like I've been mentioning, inshallah, tomorrow is the 10th night. We will be having a program here after Salatul Isha, inshallah. And on Saturday, we are going to also have Yomi Ashura program, inshallah. So at 11 o'clock on Saturday, we're going to, inshallah, have some Nafil Salas. We're going to have Dua Ashura and Dhikr, inshallah, and we'll be finished by Zohar time, inshallah. And then on Sunday, once again, I'm mentioning to each and every one of you, inshallah, we are going to have Zikr Ahl Bayt and Mehfil Gyabi Sharif after Salatul Maghrib. Not after Salatul Isha, after Salatul Maghrib, inshallah. And we have an orator, great scholar of Islam, inshallah, Hadrat Allama, Dr. Kaukab Nurani Okari Sahib, inshallah. He will be giving a lecture, and after the program will be Niyaz Supper. All of you are invited for these programs. So tomorrow night, big night, Saturday, 11 o'clock, Yomi Ashura, and on Sunday after Maghrib, Mehfile, Zikr Ahl Bayt and Gyabi Sharif. And inshallah, just one more important information. Look, for those who want to keep fast, Fadl Siyam Ba'da Ramadan, the Prophet said the best fast after the month of Ramadan is the fast of Muharram. So, brothers and friends, you can fast tomorrow and on Saturday. If you cannot make it to fast tomorrow, then fast on Saturday and on Sunday. We are advised that not only fast on one day, that means don't only fast the 10th of Muharram, but the Prophet advised us to fast on the 9th and the 10th. So we are not mushabah, we're not making imitation of the Jews, because they only fast on the 10th of Muharram to celebrate the freedom of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu salam. So we are not that ummati, we are the ummati of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So my brothers and friends, try and fast tomorrow and on Saturday. If you cannot fast tomorrow, then fast on Saturday, which is the 10th day, and fast on Sunday, which is on the 11th, inshallah. Jazakallah wa ma alayna illa al-balagh mubin. Let us stand up for Salatul Salam. سلطان کربلا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، سلطان کربلا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، جانا مصطفیٰ کو ہمارا سلام ہو، عباس نام دار زخموں سے چور چور اس پہ کرے رضا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، سلطان کربلا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، اکبر سے نوجوان بھی رن میں ہوئے شہید، ہم شکل مصطفیٰ کو ہمارا سلام ہو، سلطان کربلا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، اصغر کی ننھی جان پر لاکھوں درود ہو، معصوم و بے خطا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، سلطان کربلا کو ہمارا سلام ہو، جانا مصطفیٰ کو ہمارا سلام ہو، مصطفیٰ جان رحمت پھیلا، شمع بز میں ہدایت پھیلا، وہ محمد کی نور نظر فاطمہ، جو منور ہے مثل قمر فاطمہ، وہ محمد کی لختے جگر فاطمہ، عرش پر فاطمہ، فرش پر فاطمہ، بخش جائیں گے ہوں گی جدھر فاطمہ، ایسی خاتون جنت پہلا سلام، مصطفیٰ جان رحمت پھیلا سلام، شمع بز میں ہدایت پھیلا سلام، آمین آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا حي يا قيوم يا الله. اول لے کر آخر تک جو کچھ قرآن پاک کلام پاک پڑھا نعت کلام پڑھا، یا اللہ صلاۃ والسلام پڑھا، اس کا ثواب ہدیۃً تحفۃً عقیدۃً نظرتاً پیارے آقا مدینے والے آقا حضرت سیدنا محمد رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے دربار اقدس میں قبول اور منظور فرما۔ یا اللہ اس محفل پاک کا ثواب تمام انبیاء کرام، تمام پنجتن پاک و اہل بیت پاک رسول صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم، تمام امہات المؤمنین، تمام سید الشہداء کربلا، یا اللہ شہداء کربلا کی ارواح کو پہنچا دے۔ یا اللہ اس محفل پاک کا ثواب تمام تابعین و تبع تابعین و تمام صحابہ کرام کے ارواح کو پہنچا دے۔ یا اللہ اس کا ثواب ہدیۃً تحفۃً عقیدۃً، یا اللہ اس کا ثواب غوث السمدانی قطب ربانی محبوب سبحانی حضرت پیر شیخ سید شاہ محی الدین عبد القادر الجیلانی رحمۃ اللہ علیہ کے روح کو پہنچا دے۔ یا اللہ تمام مسلمین مسلمات مؤمنین مؤمنات اس دنیا سے وفات پا چکی اللہ ان کی ارواح کو یا اللہ پہنچا دے۔ یا اللہ تمام مرحومین کو مغفرت فرما، تمام کو بخشش فرما، یا اللہ تمام کو جنت الفردوس میں اعلی مقام عطا فرما۔ یا اللہ اس محفل پاک کی برکت سے ہماری ظاہر اور ہماری باطن کو منور فرما۔ یا اللہ تیری یاد کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرما۔ تمام اہل بیت پاک رسول صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی سچے پکی محبت عشق عطا فرما۔ تمام صحابہ کرام کی عزت، یا اللہ تمام صحابہ کرام کی محبت ہمارے دلوں کو منور فرما۔ ان اللہ و ملائکتہ یصلون علی النبی یا ایھا الذین آمنوا صلوا علیہ وسلموا تسلیما۔ اللهم صل علی سیدنا مولانا محمد وعلی آل سیدنا محمد واصحابہ وبارک وسلم صلاۃ وسلاما علیک یا رسول اللہ۔ سبحان ربک رب العزۃ عما یصفون۔
الله 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 الله